Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Eddie Harvey from TradeWithEd.com. Hey, thanks for hopping over here to check out my video, guys. Today, we're going to be doing some market analysis. We're going to be looking at S&P 500, guys. We're going to be looking at an indices pair, right? So listen, before I dive into that, I want to share with you all, listen, if you want to definitely get more content, guys, related to Forex, related to cryptocurrency, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel here, guys, and also hit that bell notification so you'll be notified when I drop new videos for you all. All right, guys, so let's dive right into it. So typically every Wednesday I do what I call, it's my segment I call What You Trading Wednesday. And I do it on Facebook primarily, guys. I go live over there on my primary page and where I'm breaking down different pairs, a couple of the pairs that I looked at, and if I ended up getting into that pair and giving it an analysis. Now, typically I'll be doing that later on this evening over there. But I wanted to drop this here, guys, because YouTube is my main home of where I put my content at. And I'm like, you know what? I want to start just sharing this over here. And these are pairs that see a clean chart right here, guys. But I'm going to show you all what I saw this morning, what I looked at, and what ended up happening from me getting in this trade. I did eventually get in this trade, and I'm going to share with you all what happened. But guys, I do 5 pairs, and this is what I do every day, guys. They're pretty much, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mark up 5 pairs. And it's like anything. Why do I do it every time? Because you got to remain a student if you want to get better or something, guys. You got to be, it's about the consistent repetition of doing it over and over. Okay. So, and from those 5, guys, I have my Forex account that I trade, right? And then when I'm doing this, I have my indices account. Okay. And I have an account dedicated exclusively to indices. And S&P is the only thing that I trade. I don't trade US 30 or I don't trade NAS. Not that I can't trade them. I just prefer the way S&P moves. It's nice and the smoothest of the 3. And for me, it's the most consistent where I've seen it do so many things. I kind of know what's going to happen with it. Okay. So with that being said, I want to break down S&P and I'll share with you how I attack this market, what I look at, what I'm doing. Now, here we are, guys. It's Wednesday, December 15th, 11:40 a.m. Central Standard Time. When I trade this normally, excuse me, apologize about that. When I trade this, it is I'm up between like around 5:30 a.m. 5:30 a.m. I traded during London session, right? Is when I'm looking at the market, okay? And that's my range. 5 to 7 is like literally my 2-hour window of when I trade, but 5:30 I'm a little more 5:30 now, 5 o'clock. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So that's what I'm gonna share with you all here. So this is S&P, guys. We're looking at on the 15-minute chart. I want to make this look a little bit bigger. So now when I do trade S&P, guys, I trade S&P, guys, on the 15-minute chart. You know, I may trade on the hour, but primarily the 15-minute chart is where I do my markups, and I take my entries off of the 3-minute, the 5, 3, or the 1. Okay. So just going back, looking in the past, as you can see the volatility with what's happening with indices, right? We are in holiday season, you know, and not only that, guys, with, you know, being careful in the markets and understanding that S&P was really bullish for a long time. The overall markup of it, this is the 15. Let me go to the 1 hour really quickly. Even if I go a step further, I normally don't go past the 1 hour. But even if I want to say, you know, let's look at the daily, okay? Let's look at the daily here. And when you look at what's happened on this daily chart, whenever it pops up, okay, we'll go back to S&P. See those, guys? S&P for the past literally couple of months, we're bullish, right? It hit new highs. Everything was going on. If you look right here, if we go back even to March, if you go back and look all the way even to March 5th, the overall trend was what? It was going up. It was just up, 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 up. Had a pullback here, up, up, up. Okay, and this pullback we're noticing right here, guys. Excuse me, not even this one. So, you know, obviously it was a small correction here in the market, but if you come look up here, then it was just literally from October 13th all the way to November 25th is when it was bullish. And then it became bearish right in here, pulled back right up to, then it went back up to hit this level. It hasn't broken this new high that it made on November 22nd. And then right here, the last couple of days has been bearish, right? So what's going on now? Okay, if you look right here, what's going on right now in the markets is, guys, the reason this is happening, part of it is that with everything going on with COVID, right? With the news, with the new Omicron variant and all of that, those things are starting to stoke some fear, where it causes some highs and lows, causes some dips in the market, right? The news plays a huge part in indices. Okay, now with Forex, I will go and I'll look at Forex Factory, see if anything's what's talking and what's being talked about and all this and that. But just to know what pair should I avoid. Okay, who's speaking? Is it Powell or somebody speaking, right? And I'll avoid that. But when it comes to indices, guys, I look at the news because certain wording gives you a projection of what the market is going to look like. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I go over here to Bloomberg, okay, what I've learned from my mentors, and it plays to be true. And you see here, look at Bloomberg pretty much every day, okay? You look at this is the S&P index, 500 index, stocks wobble. You see that word? Wobble is not a good word, guys. So wording makes a difference when it comes to trading indices. And if you look right here, it's been dropping, right? You look right here, you just look at some of the news. Hospital systems are pushed past the brink as patients going vaccinated. Stock traders take risk off the table before Fed markets wrap. Typically, we start coming over here and you start looking at what's going on in the news, different things, right? Crash and Shamal bond stocks, contagion, fear. You see the word fear, bailout, speculation. So you start looking at these words, and if there's negative words, it's going to push the market down. If it's positive words, it's going to make the market potentially go up. Okay, so those are things you got to look for. Like right now we're at a time in the day where it's midday, where the markets are probably the next big move in the market is typically, when it comes to indices, is going to be like around 1 or 2 p.m. But all of this different thing, if you just read on different things, you start seeing if the word fear, wobble, those are negative words. Okay, those, if you don't see words like stable or positive, when you start seeing these words, that are negative words, right? It's gonna make the market, put the market in a negative aspect where you're looking for price to potentially drop. Okay, so versus the positive words are going to make the market go up. That's what it comes down to. So like right now, just even looking at the different word, and I just shared with you all a couple of words. So you can see right here, S&P is negative right now. It's down. Okay, so when I come over here, don't want to dive too deep into that. I can go a whole video on that. So let's go back over here to what I looked at in the market. So I don't trade the daily. Okay, like I said, I don't trade S&P even on the hour. I go to the 15-minute chart. But if I go look at the hour really quickly, let's look at, this is the hour chart, right? If you look right here, the market, the news has been what? Since today is the 15th, all this week has some consolidation there. Boom, drop, right? Consolidation, drop, consolidation, drop. It's been going down. Right, the market's been going down pretty much this week. But if you come look over here, right here, the last couple of hours, and if you're looking like it's gonna definitely possibly push down to this level right here, to the 46.10 level. I'm looking on the 1 hour chart, and then right here, this is the next pocket of support that is gonna have to potentially break then to get to this next level here. So now what I look at, what I saw this morning, when I go to, here's my 15-minute chart. This is me right in here. I saw this beautiful consolidation zone. Now I trade break in a retest strategy, right? And inside of that break and retest, guys, I'm looking for areas of what? Resistance and support. I'm looking for market structure. That's the first thing I look for. Market structure, okay? So, and market structure comes from consolidation, okay? So that's what I base all of my trading off of. So this morning, when I was marking up, this is what I saw. Man, this is a I was up, like I said, at 5:30. So I'm like right in here. Boom, looking at the market right in here. I'm like, yo, I saw these levels up here. Like this is a nice area of market structure we have going on here on S&P right now, right? And I went and looked for, the low, which is right here. So I have my area of resistance. I have my area of support. And if you look right here, what it did, it came, ooh, that's horrible line. Oh my gosh. And I thought I could draw a little bit. I've been in some art competitions and everything. That was horrible the way I just drew that. Anyway, let's see if I can delete that. I'm using my mouse. So, give me a second here, guys. I'm using my keyboard to do this. Okay. All right, let's see if I can get that up out of there now. See if I can draw that a little bit better. Just showing you guys this nice market structure in here. Okay, let's see if that happens again. If it don't, it is what it is. Okay, up, down. If you see here, this is going back and forth. Ranging back and forth. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. The back and forth. That's what we're looking for. Back and forth, back and forth. So it's getting trapped in here. It doesn't know. It doesn't want to go up. Doesn't want to go down. Doesn't want to go up. Doesn't want to go down. And that's what you're looking for when it comes to consolidation, because this is what? This is a sideways movement. This is indecision in the market. It's like, hey, do we want to buy? Do we want to sell? It doesn't know. Okay, but guess what's going to happen? Out of this consolidation, right? Out of this area of consolidation, all of these touches, it has to make a move. So this is a beautiful consolidation area. Even if it didn't exclusively touch right up here, even if you look on these last few candles, it was losing a little steam, but still it was wicking up into that area, okay? Still in that zone, right? Touched here, touched here, touched here. Multiple touches, guys. And come down to the bottom, touch. This will be considered a touch. Touch, 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 touch. So at some point, boom, it's got to go one way or another. And this is what I do when I do my markup. So I mark out my zones. Just quick color code this real quick. Boom. That's my resistance. That's my ceiling, right? This is my support, my floor. And this is the ceiling and the floor, because it's just like anything. You see right here, the candles are standing, they're bouncing off the floor. Okay, they're bouncing off and going up off of the floor. And up here at the resistance, this is the top. They're hitting off of the resistance or the ceiling and coming back down. Okay, so like ping pong ball, bing, 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 bing. And so from here, all we looked for, guys, was either going to be to the upside. You wanted to break out, come back and retest, and then continue up. Boom. Okay. Same thing to the downside. Downside, it did exactly that. Look right here. It didn't go to the upside. It broke out on this downside candle, right? It broke out. Played out perfectly. Came back. Retested. And pushed back down. Okay. Now, and this is what I did. I actually got in this trade, right? You should see an image here to show you I got in this trade. And the trade ended up hitting my TP, okay? I got in that 46.26 area, and I closed out a hit TP for me at 46.16. Pretty much right in there, okay? Is where it closed out a hit TP for me at, like 46.16 point something, okay? So, look at that. What I just wrote out, it played out like that perfect. Now right here, I was hoping to get it on this first initial move, but it didn't happen. It broke out. It never retested. Now some people will trade the breakout, but I like the retest. So it broke out right here. Even if you look at, I didn't even went to a smaller time frame yet, but even if you look right here on this 15-minute candle, look, it came and retouched this zone perfectly and then boom, played out right here. So what I did is after it broke out, I was waiting for the retest on the 3-minute. So I went down to my 3-minute candle, to the 3-minute chart, and it gave it to me right here. Look at this. Boom, played out perfectly. Breakout. The retest happened right here, 940 something. Now I was in here, I marked this up like at 5 something, right? 5:30, 5:45 is when I was marking this up. So it took a couple hours for everything to happen, but it is what it is. Part of trading is patience, right? But if you look right here, 942. When that retest happened right there at 939, 942, I got in like right around here. But when I got in, it was a little lower, like at 26. So I might have got in off of this candle right, one of these candles right in here, okay? However, once I got in, if you look at it, it went on and did its thing and dropped down. And I took it for 10 points, okay? So now, when we look at indices, guys, when we start talking indices, is points, okay? Which is still equivalent to pips, but the way points and pips play out is that if you're dealing with indices, right? If you're dealing with indices, indices, guys, 1 point is equivalent to 10 pips, okay? So again, 1 point is equivalent to 10 pips, all right? So if you see something where someone's taking an indices trade and they be like, yo, man, caught 1,000 pips on this trade, they did, but that's equivalent to 100 points, okay? Same thing, just wording, okay? 100 points equals 1,000 pips, all right? So what I go for, again, I'm an intraday trader, right? What I go for, guys, my goal is 10 points and I'm out. So that's 100 pips, right? That's 100 pips. So when you look at it, indices trades, typically you can take them in 5-point increments. If you go 5 points, 10 points, 15 points, right? Or you can go for more. But 5 points is 50 pips, 10 points is 100 pips, 15 points, 150 pips. You can do some damage with that. And my goal consistently, I've learned, you know, sometimes I've stayed in longer, depending, but literally I'm 10 points and I'm out, okay? And that's 100 pips, guys. And that's what I try to go for when I trade indices on typically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, okay? If I see something on Sunday, I may take it. And not every Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays for sure I'm trading it. And Monday as well, okay? So, and that's what my goal is, okay? And that's what happened. Now, looking at this, you know, when I go look at it some more, if I go to the 1 hour chart, if you look at it right here, again, you can see it even better. It broke out, it came back and retested and dropped down. Now it's pushing back up, right? It's pushing back up now. So what's going to happen? The next move for this probably is the next around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock is typically when you get more movement in the markets for indices. So I believe it's like around 2 p.m. Let's say 2 p.m. Central is when it's typically moved. So it can do one of two things, right? One of three things. It can go back into a consolidation mode. Let me go back to the 15-minute chart here. It can go back and can just consolidate, or it can retouch the zone again and then drop down and then now go down even further, okay? So it can definitely do that. Or it can decide to come back and push back up to this level and see if it wants to break this level and then do a shift in momentum and then start moving into a buy trend. Okay, so many options for it to do. But looking here on the chart, if it's going to keep pushing down, like right here is already shown, this is going to be, it's creating a level of resistance right in, a level of support right in here. But if it does push down, this would be the next main level where it would test. Okay, and from here, if it did decide to break this level right here, which is possible, guys. If I go look to the left, you always look to the left, okay, to see what's happening in the markets as far as to give you what happened in the past to see can help to dictate what's going to happen in the future. If it does break this level, then it could fall potentially another this will be right here. And we might get some resistance right here, but eventually to get down to here, another 20 points almost, okay? About 200 pips. And you can see it right there on the left side. You see, even on the trading view, the measurer here for points and pips, you see on the left, it's showing you the point number. Right, if I go look at that, it's showing you what, 20, and on the right, you're seeing the pips, okay? So that's what's happening right now, okay? That's what I'm saying. So I got my move. I'm out. I'm done with it. Once I get in, I get my pips, whether win or lose, right? I take that one trade, and typically I'm done with indices for the day because I got my percent goals that I'm willing to risk if I lose, and I got my percent goal that I'm going for that I want when I win, okay? So again, like this is a strong candle. It's looking like it's definitely going to close up here, and then it's either going to, it can do a multitude of things. Like I said, it can come back right up here, come back here and retest this again, retest this area again, and see if this is going to now prove to be, it's been a strong support area now, but this is the newfound ceiling because what? It broke this level of support and this became the ceiling. So it may bounce off the ceiling again and then push back down, or it can say, we're going to break through and now come up in here, okay? Or it might just start dancing at this level here, or again break it and now it has to fight with this level of resistance up here, and then eventually it may break and then push back to the upside. So we don't predict the markets. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But guys, I just wanted to share this with you all. Again, this is break and retest what I do. Again, if you can see it played out perfectly, 15-minute chart. I entered off of the 3-minute chart to show you all exactly what it was. So I hope you all got some value from this. Man, definitely appreciate you all hopping on here. And listen, guys, if you want to get more, if you're looking for more training, more mentorship guidance, and tools to help you with Forex, indices, whatever, crypto, whatever it may be, go to tradewithed.com, guys. And also I have a free group over on Facebook that you're more than welcome to hop into, guys, where I do more analysis like this. And I also share results, trainings, and more from the platform that I'm connected with. So if you want to take a look at that and see what we're about, just head over to Facebook and search Forex Value, or go to fb.tradewithed.com. All right, and also in the description, links are down there. So appreciate you guys for hopping on. Hope you got some value. I will talk to you all later. Take care.